Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Happy start of the new week after a long weekend. Yes, it's that little bit harder to get up, but we have big news on the traffic front. We're talking Hessa Street capacity will increase by 100% to make your mornings maybe that little bit easier.
100%. That's what we want to hear. 100% capacity. And whilst we're talking about, residents spotted a snake along a beach in Dubai.
And also, we're talking about Festival X is coming to Dubai. Big excitement on this front. It's going to be huge. We have all of the information on that.
And a video of abandoned cats in the desert has animal rescuers outraged. We'll be giving the lowdown on that as well.
And do stay tuned, because at 8:50, it is a live interview coming at you. We're going to be joined by Ronan Barry, Chief Cora Officer with Air Global, to talk all things innovation.
So, of course, that is today's stories, but the sponsor of today's show is Festival X, which is an all-encompassing event that consists of art, science, and technology. Festival X is gearing up for its highly anticipated 2023 edition, and while Festival X is the sponsor of today's show, the opinion and statements are Lovin Dubai's. But before that,
speaking of opinions and statements, my friends were flying to Sydney last night from Dubai. It's a 14-hour flight. And one of them was bumped up. They got business class lounge. So it got us talking. If your partner gets bumped up to business and it's a 14-hour flight, you've both paid economy, maybe he's got miles, maybe he or she has miles, maybe it's a business class. Do you give them the seat, or are you taking it? Or do you both just take the economy? Do you say, I don't need the bubbles. I don't need the meal options at all hours of the night and the snacks and the bar. I don't need it.
You don't need it.
I need my partner.
You need your partner.
Do you give them their seats?
Okay, so you're on a long-haul flight. You get bumped up to business while your partner is in economy. Had I been the partner sitting in economy, I'd be just so... I would feel betrayed. I would feel horribly betrayed that my partner just left me in economy and went to business.
Fine, you would feel betrayed. Now, roles flipped. You get the seat in business. What are you doing?
I would so take it. I would 100% take it, because my partner surely has done something in his life to deserve sitting in economy alone for 12 hours. 100%.
You know, this was actually a conversation on the New York Times. They have this ethical counselor. So people send in their dilemmas. And in this case, the lady had 2 kids, and she said her husband for years was always flying business, and her and the 2 kids were flying economy.
No, not done.
In the public court, everyone just trashed that husband. They were like, how dare you take that seat? And your wife looking after the kids in the back. That was my thoughts too.
No, that situation, it's not acceptable at all, because for years you're doing that, you have kids involved. No, like if you have kids involved, you stay back and you got to help each other out in that situation. But no, okay, if it's a one-off thing.
No, it was regular. I think the thought process was, we won't be giving the kids business class seats because it will just, make them too privileged from a young age. And he was earning a lot of money, and therefore it was like, well, he should get the. I don't know how she. I don't know how she justified it, but she was asking whether this was okay, and every single person reading it was like, "No, your husband should be back there with you."
Okay, one-off situation. What would you do?
In which circumstance?
If you if you were the one who got bumped up,
I'd like to be with my partner.
Aww.
Oh, that was a wink. No, I think so. If you have a 14-hour flight. I would feel really bad. I don't think I could be the one who takes it. But then also, roles flipped, I wouldn't like them to take it either.
Okay, so tell me, you got bumped up and you're like, you can give this business class seat to your partner. Would you give it up to give it to your partner? Or would you not, just like neither of you will have it? Let's
move on swiftly. No, I think it's really hard. you don't want someone to waste it because obviously maybe it depends on at that time if someone's super tired or I'd feel bad taking it. I really
Like
would.
if it's a birthday anniversary coming, I'll compensate for the birthday gift by giving them a first class seat.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go, guys. Let us know what y'all think. What would y'all do in this situation? Audio is off. I hope it's working again.
Can you give us a little shout if audio is back? Mansoor is saying no sound, but Shahir is saying it is back. So, why is everyone tuning in this morning? We have big news on the traffic front. Your prayers have been answered. Hessa Street capacity will increase by 100%. It's not going to happen today, it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it is happening. The RTA has awarded a 689 million dirham contract for the Hessa Street Improvement Project. Basically, if you live in Al Safa 2, Al Barsha residential area or JVC, this will be music to your ears.
Imagine all the motorists watching the show right now, stuck in traffic, going like, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Dubai, for making this happen. But yes, it will eventually roll out and the upgrades will take place at 4 main intersections. Here's what they're going to... Here's how they're going to be easing traffic on the famously busy road. Widen Hessa Street to 4 lanes in each direction over a 4.5 kilometer stretch and increase the capacity of Hessa Street by 100%.
Amazing. They will also cater to residential communities, which house 640k people in the area. So what they're going to do is add a 13.5 kilometer cycling track. How great is that? And 2 bridges for cycling and pedestrians crossing Sheikh Zayed Road and Al Khail roads. So not only are they making it better in terms of traffic, increasing capacity by 100%, that's going to decrease your journey time significantly, of course it is, but also adding those cycle routes and making it pedestrian friendly, something we didn't expect to see, to a cost of 689 million dirham. We're nearly getting to the billion range. That's to include this, it's clearly an important traffic point. It's a pressure point for so many people. It adds a lot of time to your day and they're putting that much money in to make the changes. It's not going to happen overnight. So bear with the road projects, bear with the traffic that we'll probably see as an increase as they make it happen. For the better.
So plan your routes accordingly. And that's so funny because when you go on Instagram and you read the comments under such news posts, you go like, Dubai has been talking about it for months and weeks, and when is it happening? Like, we are so privileged to actually expect Dubai to come up with these solutions and implement them overnight. Like, these are the kind of expectations we have from the city. And it's like you see this announcement and you're expecting it by next weekend. It's rolled out and you're going to have roads like expanding by 4 lanes. And it's just like, what are these unrealistic expectations? Not just that, but like the money that goes into it. Like, you don't contemplate the sum, it's like a massive amount of money that's going to be put into it, and you need to get the funds available. Like, it's just a lot that goes behind the scenes, and all we want is an overnight change.
So true. Unrealistic expectations, because we live in such a great city. The changes won't be overnight, but name me a country where you can complain about the traffic and changes will happen to such an extent. We're seeing the changes happening, particularly where we work, Production City, that roundabout. They've put in a temporary measure for an improvement which has eased traffic to some extent, and they said that the more permanent solution will happen in 2025. It's these types of steps that they're actually they know that there's going to be an even greater influx of population into the country as planned by 2040, but they're rolling out these steps, so it's not going to be a massive traffic pain point. So more people coming in, longer waits on the roads, but no, they're also looking at the infrastructure surrounding it to make it easier for us to live.
Exactly. But we move on to our next story now. Residents keep an eye out for reef snakes. So on September 30th, over the weekend, while enjoying the calmness of Dubai's night beaches, a resident spotted a snake slithering along the sand. In the UAE, snakes are part of a local wildlife with various species found in the desert regions. Most snakes in the UAE are not venomous and aren't a threat to humans. It's still important to exercise caution no matter what. And Faraz Khan, he spotted a snake and shared 2 videos of it on his socials.
And we've seen one. He believes the snake to be a bandy snake. Furthermore, he stated that he attempted to remove the snake from the area. So government advice in these cases, do not touch any snake by the beach. He did so to protect other swimmers and beachgoers.
Exactly, and authorities urge beachgoers and the public to maintain caution and do not touch wild creatures. If you spot a snake or any animal in public spaces, please call 800 900. And I'm going to repeat that again, 800 900. Also, a little warning for you guys, it's not uncommon to be seeing snakes at this time of the year because sea snakes tend to gather during the winter months when the temperatures drop between 22 degrees Celsius in the oceans and in the seas. So not uncommon. If you see one, don't go around playing with the snake, poking the snake, trying to like mess with its habitat. Just move away and call the municipality.
I think that's fair for any animals that we see in the wild.
Yeah.
And even, in the city, sometimes we saw a video of, was it a baby gazelle at Dubai Mall recently? Because something like this is their land and we have encroached on it. So sometimes the animals will find their way into busy public spaces. And the best thing that you can do is just give them space. And if you're not sure that if they're clearly in an environment that's not natural for them, then call Dubai Municipality. Like I told you about my beehive, a little bit different. I called Dubai Municipality. They came out, got rid of the beehive, gave me the honey, and they didn't charge me. I had this like massive colony of bees on my balcony.
See?
And now I have a lot of honey.
You know what? It's like when life gives you lemons, lemonade. I gave you a beehive, you got honey.
Honey, yeah.
But I mean, like, if you do come in contact with such creatures in the beach or anywhere out in the desert, just make sure you head to the hospital right away to get your medical attention and to see if everything is all right.
Okay, it's 8:40 and we know busy season is coming. We are getting so excited for events just around the corner. One such of is Festival X, which is coming to Dubai. This is an all-encompassing event that consists of arts, science and technology. It's gearing up for a highly anticipated 2023 initiative. It's not just an event, it is a visionary, like I said, initiative with a resounding purpose too.
It's here to cultivate and nourish a thriving media arts community in the region, ultimately positioning Dubai as a key hub for media arts on a global scale.
Yes, it is. And also, Lovin Dubai and Smash Entertainment are proud media partners of this event. Every edition of Festival X unveils a theme that serves as a guiding light. So this year, it's taking on the theme of From the Past We Love to the Future We Need. This season consists of workshops, exhibitions, next generation, AV performances, talks and panels. And the thematic choice of the ever-evolving relationship between humanity and technology and its profound impact on our natural world.
It's happening at El Circal Avenue on October 6th to October 8th. To register, find more information, you can head on to festivalx.ae, and it sounds like an incredible event. We have so much to learn about technology, how it's evolving, where it's evolving to. So it's, I think, a topic that would interest so many people. And I mean, right now, it's what's happening. It's so current. You need to know, you need to be updated no matter which industry you're in, because it will come into that industry, AI and just smart technology. So it's, I think, an imperative event to attend.
So true. And just being part of the conversation and trying to learn is so important. And just going to the workshops, but also just meeting people who are also keen to learn. Like you'll meet people who are interested in the same industries, like-minded folk. And it's down at Al Circal, which is, of course, a very cool venue. October 6th to 8th. You should get your tickets now. That's Festival X. And get your tickets at festivalx.ae. Let's jump into our next story.
So a video of abandoned cats in the desert has animal rescuers outraged. So these innocent felines that were once cherished companions now find themselves left to fend for survival amidst scorching sands and unforgiving temperatures. Such acts of abandonment not only expose these animals to extreme hardships. So when a video of hundreds of abandoned cats started circulating online, the community felt outraged. Al Falah area in Abu Dhabi is a desert that is where people filmed the video of the abandoned cats.
The videographer noticed that some of the cats were buried in the desert while others passed away, trapped in, while others had passed away. The video highlights the horrific neglect of certain pet owners who abandon their cats in such circumstances. Now, in some of these circumstances, the owners possibly left because of different circumstances that lay out before them. Now, additionally, this serves as a reminder of the urgent need for responsible pet ownership and awareness about the consequences of such thoughtless actions on innocent creatures.
Rescuers from Dubai and Abu Dhabi gathered in the area and conducted a search and rescue for the cats in the area. They spent the night searching for surviving cats to give a temporary home to. Almost all of the cats they rescued were microchipped and neutered through the TNR program in Abu Dhabi. So Emirates Cats posted a series of videos on the topic in an attempt to spread awareness. Additionally, the account posted these videos to get the attention of government officials.
It said the community demands humane and safe shelters for the cats of the UAE. In addition to animal shelters in the UAE, people seeking to become pet owners must be aware of the responsibility it takes to care for an innocent creature. However, when circumstances change and pet owners find themselves unable to care for their beloved companions, responsible rehoming or surrendering should be the priority.
So it is crucial to prioritize the well-being of animals by seeking out reputable animal shelters, rescue organizations that can provide a safe and loving environment. Additionally, reaching out to friends or family members who may be willing to adopt a pet can also be an ideal situation. So do look into all of that. If you do own a pet and circumstances don't allow you to keep your pet any longer, do find a responsible home before just completely deciding to abandon the cat in an unknown location. We know how cats are so territorial. Like, they become familiar with the space and that's all they know. They don't like shifting from where they've decided, is their territory. So when you put them out of their comfort zone and put them into an unknown situation, it can be so lethal for their lives because they don't know how to fend for themselves. They get aggressive, they get depressed, they're unable to find food and water, and then they just, kind of drain themselves out, and it's a very slow death for them. So it's just horrible to see what pet owners, kind of subject their animals to.
It's so sad, and I don't know, maybe it's, algorithms on Facebook and Instagram, and I've become, or my feed has become more keenly aware of cats needing rehomes recently, and by that, it also shows the community of incredibly committed individuals who are looking for homes for these cats, and it's so heartbreaking. The number, like, people are looking after, like, in their homes, like maybe 10, 15 animals, and it's the point of they can't afford the vet bills anymore, and they're just looking for people to adopt. And maybe even just to provide like rescue opportunities for the cats. And it's just, I don't know why my feed is just showing more and more. Is it yours too? Is it mine too? I don't know.
100%.
Maybe I'm just engaging with them more and being aware. And now I've just become very keenly aware of like this like small group of people who are doing amazing things for animals in the UAE.
You're so right. And these group of people, like, we always overlook this, to be honest. And we look at these owners and abandoned pets, of course, that they should be highlighted as well. But the fact that so many individuals go out there on a daily basis, like rescuing cats, relocating them, giving them a home, spending so much of their own money in TNR treatments, in feeding them, taking care of them, it's incredible. If you go to these communities in Dubai and you see the way they kind of like just look after the strays in the area, it's not just a beautiful sight, but it's a very like inspiring gesture.
Well, on that note, this is definitely a conversation that will continue on the Lovin Dubai show over the coming weeks, so please stay tuned. And also, if you're watching now and you're aware of this, if there's any particular shelters you feel need a shout out, if there's any way that we could help, we would certainly love to do so. So please send messages in if you have shelters that need help with rescue and rehoming. We'd definitely love to do that. 8:48 on this Monday morning. Very, very shortly, we're going to be joined by Ronan Barry, who's Chief Cora Officer with Air Global. He's going to be with us right after this very short break. Do stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Lovin Dubai show. In a city that prides itself on innovation, our next guest is part of a company which pioneers just that. Ronan Barry is Chief Core Officer with Air Global Advanced Inhalation Rituals. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here on this Monday morning.
Thank you. Lovely to be here.
Welcome. So, in the beginning of the show, we were talking about like if your partner gets bumped up to first class, would you let them take it? Would you take it? What would be the situation? So, what would your situation be?
Oh no, she would definitely take it. It wouldn't even be a discussion.
Is that because we're live or is that the real?
No, it's true. It's true. I mean, it would just be automatic. She would say.
Okay, so you get bumped up to first class.
Yeah.
You guys are on like a 12-hour flight to Australia, let's say. You get bumped up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't take it. You would give it to her.
Absolutely.
Are you guys with Ronan on
because
this?
you got to think of the long-term consequences of these things. You know, I mean, you would enjoy the 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then you would have a miserable month. So, I mean, you'll have to,
But is this a chivalry thing? Because you would take the upgrade.
No, maybe not. I don't know. I say that now. Maybe in the situation I wouldn't.
I think you made a good point that there's a monetary value on it, and it'd be a shame for someone to miss it because we can't
it'd
really
be not
afford
a shame.
these things.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
No, I would take it. I would take it, Casey.
Especially for a 12-hour flight.
Yeah.
Which you
would give it to your partner.
Oh, yeah.
But that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so
very sweet. Yeah.
Anyway, it's
one thing we know about you. Yeah.
And we know that you're chivalrous, but also tell us
Good
about
start, yeah.
the company history. Give us a little bit of a rundown of what you do for the audience who may not know.
Yeah, sure. So, Advanced Inhalation Rituals started off as Al Fakr, a company founded in the UAE in 1999. And over the past 20 odd years has kind of grown to become the leading producer of shisha molasses worldwide. You know, so we're still UAE based, UAE company, but we're exporting now to about 100 countries. You know, so quite a good growth story for us and for the country. And just this year, we launched a new way of consuming shisha. We call the future of shisha, which is the hookah device. And the hookah is the world's first charcoal-free shisha device. So basically, how it works is it's a shisha. You push a button, it pops up a lid. You drop in a capsule like an espresso capsule. Push a button, wait 5 minutes, and you have a shisha just like you would under normal circumstances.
What is this capsule?
Sorry?
What is the capsule?
The capsule contains shisha molasses, authentic. So it's the first product on the market that allows you to consume authentic shisha molasses without burning charcoal, and that's the key point. I mean, you know, lots of people love shisha for all the great things about it. It's a social ritual. It provides opportunities to share moments with friends and family. And people love it for the sociability, for the cloud that it generates, for the flavors. But to consume shisha, you have to burn charcoal. And burning charcoal emits toxic substances that you prefer not to breathe in. So what hookah does is remove the charcoal entirely and give you a far cleaner experience than what you would ordinarily get. It also kind of makes, you know, if I make a shisha, going back to my chivalrous character, if I make a shisha, I will leave a mess behind me in the house, and that would get me in less trouble than taking the upgrade over my partner. But still, it wouldn't be great, you know. So it takes a lot of time to set up. It takes a lot of time to prepare. You have to burn charcoal to generate enough heat to get a cloud out of it, and you know there are some drawbacks to the shisha experience. What hookah does is take away all the drawbacks and give you just the great things about shisha, which is cloud, flavor, and the social aspect as well.
Let's go back to the brand a little bit, because you said you are distributing to 100 countries, which is wild. So that's obviously going to distinguish you from other people in the industry. But what do you think really separates the brand from others? Quality,
consistency of quality. So we have like our double apple flavor is is by far the best seller worldwide, and it's like the benchmark of shisha. It's the quality benchmark for the industry, and you know, countless companies have tried to replicate it. None have succeeded. So it's just that consistent. When you buy Al Fakr shisha, you know you're getting the best, and consumers have kind of learned that over the years. But what we're trying to do now is kind of go, shisha as a category hasn't really innovated very much in the past 500 years. And this is a real step change. The hookah, which is why we call it the future of shisha, it's a real step change in how shisha can be enjoyed. Again, what I mean is by taking away all the problematic points, the charcoal principally, and delivering just a clean experience.
Speaking of which, what other technological advancements or innovations has your company pioneered?
Well, this is the first device that we've produced entirely in-house. It's the first device. I mean, historically, we're a manufacturer of molasses, the mixture, which is a mixture of tobacco, glycerin, fructose, and flavor. That has been our kind of bread and butter for 20 odd years. So it's a manufacturing of consumable products.
How
right?
have the reactions been to it, though? Have
To the
people
hookah?
been more accepting?
To the hookah, very positive.
Positive.
Very, very positive. Yeah. I mean, almost everyone who has tried it has said it's either just as good or better. And it's quite unique as well, in the sense that I was a cigarette smoker for many, many years when I was young and foolish. Now I'm just foolish, but I was a cigarette smoker for many, many years, and for the sake of my health, I decided to transition to e-cigarettes or tobacco heated products. I found that transition very difficult, because I liked my cigarette, and I found switching to an e-cigarette was kind of like a downgrade. I had to kind of make a sacrifice for the sake of having a less harmful product. But if you switch from regular shisha to hookah, it's not a difficult switch. It's an easy switch, because not only are you getting a cleaner experience with fewer toxicants, but you're getting a better one as well. That's the key thing. The key thing is the charcoal that you burn to generate heat, right? That emits things like carbon monoxide. It emits benzoapyrene, ammonia, for example. When you move from that to shisha, you get rid of those toxicants, but the charcoal also has the effect of interfering with the flavor. So you're getting a purer flavored experience from the hookah. So unlike, say, a cigarette smoker switching to e-cigarettes, which is hard, some people fail, this is all upside. Now, I don't want to give the impression that, hookah is risk-free. I mean, no tobacco product is risk-free. And of course, it would all be fantastic if we all inhaled only clean air and, drank only fresh water and ate cabbage. That'd be fantastic. But we human beings, we're not like that. We like our indulgences. And our company's mission is to kind of deliver those experiences to consumers in the safest, easiest, cleanest way possible.
Well, that's really interesting, because we wanted to, before you leave us, we wanted to talk quickly about the future and what's coming. And you mentioned kind of the health factors there. So if you're innovating products, are you looking at the health factors in future in product innovation? Yeah.
And another point as well. Look, I mean, shisha is enjoyable, like I said, for, again, cloud, flavor, and the social aspect. Yeah. So what we have done alongside the hookah is launched a tea-based capsule. So it's shisha molasses. You remove the tobacco, you replace it with tea, and that's for consumers who don't want tobacco exposure, despite that there's no charcoal and all that stuff.
So it's a tobacco-free
shisha, yeah,
and health-wise
tobacco-free shisha. So what you're getting is you're kind of tobacco has the potential to addict some people. Yeah, tea does not. So for people who say, I want to enjoy the shisha, I want to enjoy the flavors, I want to enjoy the cloud, I want to spend time with my friends who are in a shisha lounge or a shisha cafe, but I just don't want to be exposed to a tobacco product, there's a tea-based option, And I think, for us, we identified in about 2019 that the negative health consequences of shisha consumption are largely coming from charcoal, not exclusively, but largely. And we learned that we did a laboratory analysis of shisha aerosol in the US. We followed up with another one in Germany this year, and it's very clear. You're getting these things I mentioned before: carbon monoxide, benzoylpyrene, ammonia, and other things are infiltrating the shisha pipe from the charcoal. So removing that is already a kind of a big step forward. Giving people the option of having the shisha experience without the tobacco is another step forward. So the mission of the company is to say, change the way shisha is done, make it better, make it safer, and also make it easier. I mean, it's not easy to do shisha. It's not easy to set up, and it's not easy to clean up afterwards.
But where does your product if I'm comparing it to vapes, where does it stand?
Well, shisha and vape is very different. I mean, vaping, people vape simply because they want to get nicotine. That's the reason that people vape. It's the reason people smoke cigarettes. It's the reason people smoke or have tobacco heated products, right? Shisha is not it's not all about nicotine. People do shisha for very different reasons. They do shisha for, again, it's like going to a shisha lounge, spending time with your friends, sharing a pipe or whatever it is. It's not as much about the nicotine as vape. So if you're a kind of a high nicotine consumer, probably you're going to prefer vape over shisha. Yeah. So it's very, very different.
Yeah, two different products there for sure.
Interesting.
It's 9:03, which brings us to the end. If people want to reach out to you if they have specific questions, how can they find you?
Well, our global website is uka.com. In the UAE, the Uka is on sale in My Vapory and smoker centres around the country. So it's easy to find. And as a UAE-based company, it's easy to get in contact here,
And we also have Ronan's name and title beneath the show, and the tags will be added after if you do want to reach them. That is all we have time for on this Monday morning. Start of the week after a long weekend. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you so much, Ronan, for being with us here today. You. And we'll see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Bye-bye. That's the end of the show.